Good day everyone, we are from group 6. We will explain about literariness today, but before that, I will introduce members of this group. Wulan Indra Savitri Nugroho, Nitra Ajiska Savitri, Reka Hartina, Andika Ferry Bintang Saputra, Ervina, Yusel Mahendra, Nelly Mahyuni, and myself, Alma Octavia.
There are 4 kinds of literariness. First, intertextuality. Second, epigrams. Third, quotation. Fourth, symbolism. And now we will explain it in this video. Literariness. The term literariness was introduced by the Russian formalist critic and theorist Roman Jakobson in 1921. In a paper in which he stated, the object of study in literary science is not literature but literariness. That is, what make a given word a literary word. Based on Bound, 1971, page 8. Literariness is the organization of language which through special linguistic and formal properties distinguishes literary text from non-literary text. The defining features of the literary works do not reside in extra-literary conditions such as history and socio-cultural phenomena, under which a literary text may have been created, but in the form of the language that is used. Thus, literary is defined as being the feature it makes a given word a literary work. It distinguishes a literary work from ordinary text by using certain artistic devices such as meter, rhymes, and other patterns of sound and repetition. Intertextuality. Intertextuality is a creative means used to signify the multiple way in which any one literary text occurs, or is inescapably linked to other texts, whether by open or covert citation and allusion, or by the assimilation of feature of an earlier text by a later text, or simply by participation in a common stock of literary codes and conventions. Types of intertextuality. The first is revision, checking a text to update it or fit more neatly with the author's goals or vision for the text. Second, translation, changing a text from the language to other language. Third, quotation, insert a part of reference text into text being studied. Fourth, sort, the text is based on a previous text in plot, character, and other way. This can be invented or accidental. Fifth, confrontation and configuration. The text follows confrontation and structure of certain other types of genre fiction. Example, fairy tale. 6. Genre. The text takes key and credence from other texts within the same genre. 7. Parallel. The text critique, analyze, or record the reference being made within the text being studied. And the last is original intertext, as an author creates their own text to refer to within the base text. Epigram. Epigram is derived from the Greek word epigramma, which means to inscribe or inscription. Epigram is rhetorical device aimed to be expressed in a brief manner. However, it should be memorable, interesting, paradoxical, and funny. Writing epigram challenges the ability of the reader to deliver witty statements with brevity. Function of epigram. Epigram point out the sweet and bitter truths of life. The main function of epigram is similar to that of proverbs, which is to help us to relax on the world and life. However, epigrams aim to leave a positive impact on the audience with the use of wit and humor both, but never void of wisdom hearing. Epigram at the first may amuse that listener at the first, but if an epigram is effective enough, its relevance will soon dawn into the listener and they will soon realize the depth of its meaning.
Now we will learn about quotation. We usually find quotation in literary works, but very often we unconsciously or consciously use quotations also in our social media. We often write quotation. So what is quotation? Quotation is that it is a segment or fragment or text in another text. Just a segment may be short or long or whole or only fragment. Text fragment exists in several ways because we can speak of different modes or quotations, and concerning intertextuality, several definitions of quotation exist, like quotation literally reproduces the anterior text whole or part in a later text. Example: according to Barthes, the intertextual in which every text is held, in itself being the text between or another text, is not to be confused with some origin of the text. To try to find the source, the influence of a word, is to fall in with the myths of affiliations. These citations, which go to make up the text, are anonymous, untraceable, and yet already read. They are quotations with inverted commas. The term quotation is connected with the concept of intertextuality. The quotation as segmental text is treated in a new text as a fragment from the pretext. At the same time, the quotation must convert also the new text and new context. And don't forget, when using quotes, you have to use quotation mark or put the names of those you were quoted, because if not, it could be plagiarism. Although not to mean plagiarism, it can still be said plagiarism, because you don't put quotation mark or names, so you have to be careful when you want to quote something. But I don't want to scare you, because when you put the name of those you quoted, it means you appreciate it. Okay? Now next, there is a symbol. Symbol is very familiar to us at home or on the street and many more, especially to those who often watch conspiracy video. Are you? Yeah, in conspiracy video is often see symbols. So what is symbol or symbolism? The use of symbol is simply called symbolism. The use to be of any kind, use e.g. religious purpose or social awareness purpose. Symbolism can take different forms. According to the Word English Dictionary, symbolism is the practice of representing things by symbols, or of investing things with a symbolic meaning or character. So symbolism is simply the act of attaching inner meaning of outward things. Symbolism in literature evokes interest in readers as they find an opportunity to get an insight of the writer's mind and how he views the world and how he thinks of common object and action, having broader implications. Using symbol to explain something very big will tell us everything in one shot. This type of story or novel writing use symbols will be helpful and easy. And this is there are example like white meaning innocence and peace, green envy, black mystery or death, blue calm, hurt love, key answer or solution to a problem. And there's a fire, it means knowledge or patience, dove means peace, eagle means freedom, and there's a snake means evil, owl means wisdom, springs mean beginning or birth, flowers mean beauty or calm, and wine or storm, it means anger or trouble, and fog is cleverness or sneaking. Well, we can see how Taylor Swift is branded a snake with her rival. or her haters because I'm not following the story, but Taylor Swift is branded as snake. But how Fox is branded as sneaking? We can watch in Dora movie, right? So this is the end of our presentations. I hope you understand about our presentations. We accept suggestions and critique by listeners that can be conveyed through the contact you have. See you and have a nice day, everyone.